You know, I gotta ask you, man. You coming up like, cause when you got with Pac, you was real young. Cause me and Bigg Steele was good friends, and he used to tell me, man, them dudes was little kids. They couldn't even get in the club half the time.
That's facts.
You know, so you being with a dude that was political as he was, do you think it's a void in music? Do you think politics has a voice in hip hop anymore? Or could have a voice in hip hop? Because to me, Tupac, as much as I like the gangster stuff, he was a political rapper. Y'all made a political statement.
I mean, you know, it's definitely missing in what's popular. You know, it's still there. It's still cats out there that's, you know, speaking up, you know, and saying what needs to be said and all of that. That's never left hip hop. Political hip hop, conscious, whatever you want to call it, it never left. It just left from being popular. At one time, and Eiht can attest to this, it was popular. You did have major rappers like Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying, and even NWA and Poor Righteous Teachers that was actually talking about what's going on and speaking truth to power, but it ain't popular no more. It ain't in.
Yeah, this generation, and like I said, it's hard to just say it because of the youngsters, because I was in a different mind state when I was 17, 18, you get me? It takes maturity, it takes growing up, it takes going through hard times, along with happy but it takes you a while to grow up and see that, you know, other motherfuckers can really, like Pac could really see, or Public Enemy could really see. A lot of niggas didn't focus on that because I'm in the hood every day, and that's what my struggle is. I understand what Chuck D is saying and fight the power and all that shit, but nigga, I'm in the hood dodging bullets from the niggas. You feel me? I'm stuck in poverty with the niggas. You get me? The president ain't man, he ain't over here, nigga, with nigga over here. He ain't in the car with them niggas trying to bust on me. You feel me? Yeah. I'm dealing with my reality of where I'm from. Like, if I was living somewhere else, it might be different. I might be talking about voting and politics as a young.
I don't even think it's so much more of that. Hey, we just need somebody that's a voice for this stuff without being preachy.
But what's the benefit? What's the benefit of that? Because when you do expose yourself and you do stand out as a leader and the people elect you as a leader, now you got a target on your back. Every time we did have a leader, what ended up happening to him? And so for these youngsters, they looking at it like, man, I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I do that, what's waiting for me? I'm going to just go ahead and get my money and do what I got to do, you know what I'm saying, to change my own world over here, and I can't worry about everybody else. It's more of a me attitude instead of a we attitude. And as political as Pac was and as conscious as he was, you know, he still got caught up in nigga too. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality of it is this is who we surround ourselves with. You know, this is who we around.
Yeah,
we around us. It's not like he wasn't the type of dude that was going to be like, okay, I got mines and now I'm over here now. That just wasn't in him. You know what I'm saying? He was raised to be with the people and for the people. And so it's like a catch-22. It's like I'm famous, I'm rich, I know what's right, but at the same time, I'm not that guy that's going to go move to Brentwood and get my house and get my chips and just worry about me and mine.
And he did everything that you could do really to make yourself legendary. He shot a policeman in the ass. Shot a cop in the ass that was messing with another brother on the side of the road. He successfully sued them police officers up in Marin. So it was like he was almost like considered at one point like a myth. Like, man, this dude out here rapping and shooting cops in the ass and stuff and just
that like nigga wasn't even like, damn, you get me? And got away with it.
Got away with it.
Yeah.
When he could have easily been like, you know, you see a brother in distress and you could have, you know, he Tupac, he could have went on the way and just did whatever, but no, I'm pulling over.
Yeah.
They messing with this brother and dumping.
Nah, I can't just go up in my room and kick it and fuck with, you know, women and shit. after a show. You know, we had just did a show at Clark, Atlanta.
So you was out there with him when that happened?
Yeah, yeah.
You was in the car. Walk me through that real quick, dog.
I mean, you know, like I said, he had a show at Clark, big old show, bunch of people on the bill. You know what I mean? Just got finished rocking. Okay, got his bread. We out. We going back to the room. It's not like we caravan. It's about 10, 15 cars. You know what I mean? Full of women. Just following us back to the room. They following Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Back to his hotel room. It's about to go down. You know what I mean?
How old was you at this time?
I think I was about maybe 19.
Man, can you imagine being 19?
19, 20 years old. You know what I mean? And like you said, pulled up to the hotel and seen two white boys wearing this nigga out in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? And they with their wives, but they drunk. And at the time, we don't know they cops. Pac don't know they cops. It's just two white boys beating a nigga's ass.
So Pac grabbed the strap.
Well, it didn't go there right away. You know, it was a verbal confrontation at first. You know what I'm saying? Pac, you know, definitely hopped out and let him know his displeasure with what he was saying. And the white boys turned around and was like, nigga, you better get out of here for you next type. Pac was like, what? You know, thug life, and pulled his shirt up like thug life. And the cop pulled a gun out on him. You know what I'm saying? While Pac standing there with his shirt up. You know, and he didn't bow, he didn't move, he didn't flinch. And in the South, they not used to seeing that. They had never seen a nigga like that before, who was like, shoot. That's exact words, was shoot. And so they didn't shoot, but they did break his window on his brand new BMW he had just got. He had bought a brand new 750. You know what I mean? And that was his first day driving that car. He had bought it and didn't get a chance to drive it. So he was hot. You know what I mean? And he asked for the strap, and he got the strap. And when he got his strap, they turned around and ran. Come to find out, their guns wasn't even loaded. You know what I'm saying? And so they turned around and ran from a nigga with a gun, and Pac got on one knee and shot 3 times. Bop, 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 while they was running.
Shot him in the ass?
Shot 2 of them.
You like that,
I like that.
He like
Them old evil ass white people, man.
Yeah, one in the ass and one in the
like
side.
a
I think in the side, like
That's
that.
good, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Pac was a good shot.
That just tickles his fancy
I just
right
picture
now.
the homie just getting down on one knee just like this. Pop, 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 pop. And they just falling down the street right there thinking, oh, we should have never messed with that Negro.
But they were so far in the distance, we didn't even know that he hit him.
That nigga still.
Oh,
We
so
didn't
he
even
had
know
a
that
good aim on him.
Yeah, he had a good aim. And actually, it's funny because his cousin was like, nigga, you ain't hit him. Pac was like, I guarantee you I hit him. He was like, you ain't that good, nigga.
And when
You
did
ain't hit
y'all,
him.
like when did the police and stuff come about all that?
Well, we went upstairs and we was kicking it, smoking, and actually he had just recorded Dear Mama. And he was like, I just did this song. This gonna change the game. He just knew Dear Mama was out of here. You know what I mean? And he sat up there and performed it for a room full of chicks for like an hour. He just kept doing it over and over again. Just kept doing it over and over again. And then I forgot who it was, but somebody said, man, it's a bunch of police outside. You know what I'm saying? He just knew what it was, you know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, you know what I mean? Everybody got to get out. You know, we huddled up, knew what was about to happen. You know what I mean? And the rest is history.
And they took him in that night?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm saying. That's superhero. You know what I'm saying? You know, somebody like just imagine if somebody would have busted in when they were doing all that to that sister and you just see the body cam footage, one dude get knocked out, the other dude get through the wall. You think that shit is hard right there. Pac was really, you know, he was really doing that. And it's like, when you was with him a little kid, how did you get linked up with him? Because you was a young dude.
I mean, our families knew each other before we both was here. You know, my aunt, my dad actually and his aunt went to school together. Okay. And that's how the whole thing started from that right there.
Okay, because you just got swooped up then into a
Yeah,
whirlwind.
I mean, we just was always around each other. You know how black people are. You know, you might not be blood related, but y'all cousins.
Definitely.
We just grew up like that.
For sure, man, for sure. And did you at any point, man, think that, because you know, like how you just kicking it with the homie, that's the homie. You never see them really as a superstar. You know they doing their thing and getting it like this, but did you ever think that he would be immortalized and romanticized in the manner that he is?
Hell yeah, because he would say it all the time. You know what I mean? He'll look at you and be like, you know I'm a living legend, right? We be like, come on, man. I ain't trying to hate it.
That's what I'm saying, because it's just a homie. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, Pac was always, you know, certain people just always got some people just got a light to him. You know what I mean? And even as us little kids, you know, a couple of other members of the Outlaws like Gaddafi, who's resting in peace, Castro, who's his first cousin, you know, it was us four, and we was always around each other as little dudes, and Pac was the oldest, and he was always, you know, the one who had a plan. You know what I'm saying? When we trying to figure out what we gonna eat for the day, Pac had the plan. You know, and he would be like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go here and we're going to do this, boom, 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 boom. And so it was just a natural progression to when he became, you know, famous and got his record deal and started acting. It was just the same like when we was kids, and it really wasn't that much time difference. You know what I'm saying? From the time when we was trying to figure out what we was going to eat to the time where, you know, now everybody know who Tupac is.
That's crazy. So obviously, man, you got a lot of history and legacy behind you, man. As far as your own musical journey, right? Did you want to continue on rapping and stuff after what happened to Pac? I know you had to go through some kind of depression.
Well, you know, when we didn't have a word for it back then, you know.
Right.
One of Pac's most famous lines was, "I smoke a blunt to take the pain out, and if I wasn't high, I probably tried." We just kept getting high. We just got more high. You know what I'm saying? After we lost him, we lost Gaddafi. You know, we started losing other people in our families. We just got more high. We're gonna make more records, and we just gonna, you know, continue on for them. It's never was an option of stopping. That was never, you know what I mean? That was never an option for us.